Yep.
All right, let's run it, Scott. Let's see how we play, my friend. So we do have a protocol here, little protocol control. So there's going to be a natural around 3-second delay. So at the start, I'm just going to let you play, and then I want you to kind of give me some thoughts as you die, what you think is happening on the map, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
There, I just got caught kind of in no man's land.
Yeah.
I didn't really know where they were at.
Sure. So right there, what happened is you went to their base, they went to yours. So it was kind of like a flip. And what happened is you kind of got caught, like you said, in a bad area where you were on their side, they were on your side. But instead of kind of staying there and thinking of a smarter route, you kind of got caught in the middle of the map, and there was so many angles to get exposed from. Okay. Okay, small diesel right there again. No, this is fine so far. I can definitely see some stuff already. So yeah, first round I'm just going to let you play. I'm not going to really give you anything to work on. I just want you to kind of play your game. So I really like that. I know you lost that one, but I actually like what you tried to do there. That was good. And I can see you're thinking of the game in the right way. That was actually really good from you. Just trying to get that camera across. I like that. Even there, good. That was great shots, good shouldering. So again, I can see some good fundamentals from you, right? Which is really positive. I can see you are thinking of the game in the correct way at certain times, and there's certain times where you're a little bit caught off guard. So you've got to find the balance there.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the last two there. Nice.
We don't have the reserves for this.
Okay, so the rest of them behind you.
We're defending B.
Okay, that's a good amount. So right here, I think I should prefer some bit more pressure on them.
Okay.
Yeah, just after like you got those initial kills, just kind of pushing out a little bit. You're kind of trapped in your base here. Yeah, so even that little play right there, that again just shows me a little bit of, I don't know if it's a lack of confidence or understanding of where to go there, but there's something there that stopped you from progressing, and that's what we want to kind of work on.
Okay.
We're contesting B.
Good shot. Unlucky.
I struggled also with, if I was looking at the kill feed there, paying attention, I would have known to push
Yeah,
up, but
yeah, I think that's true. Sure. Yeah, so again, that's actually, thank you for letting me know. That's a great point, because right there, I saw the kill feed, and for me, it was fairly obvious to push up. But again, because you weren't looking at the kill feed, that makes a bit more sense why you're not. So that's a really good point. Like you just said, like maybe if you looked at the kill feed there, you would have maybe thought, oh, I should push up here. So right now, if you look at the map, there's two through middle. So you have a pincher. You have a natural pincher. So let's see what you do.
Lives. Proceed with caution. Losing Bravo.
Okay. Talk to me about that first round. How do you think you did? Because you're not going to be able to spawn up again. Talk to me about that round overall. Was that like how you normally play? What was the main issue you found? Talk to me around that round.
We're contesting Bravo.
Yeah, not very good. I kind of got stuck a few times, like mid-map, where, like you said, I should have pushed up. If I could have got up and put some pressure on them, I mean, that would have made him think twice, you know, about just pushing up and rushing B, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So what I actually saw when I watched you there, Scott, is like, if I actually had a highlight reel of your first round there, and I just kind of focused on like the kills you got, I'd actually say like, you actually have a fairly decent shot. You actually have kind of nice mechanics. I like, you know, what you were trying to do with your movement. So there was definitely some positives to extract from that. But what I noticed was the gunfights you had were very, very mixy. There was no free kill you got there. Besides maybe one on the point, right? Where, you know, it was kind of a given. There was no free kill you got there. They all seemed very, just very like 50-50, and like I didn't feel like you were really in their spawn being annoying, kind of putting pressure on them. It felt very, very mixy. That's kind of the word I would use to describe it. Especially on a defense, you don't really want that, you know? It felt very chaotic, I would say. Like that gunfight right there, right? Yeah. That is, again, a gunfight that felt very chaotic. There's no clear gunfights where you are having the clear advantage that I'm seeing. Most of your gunfights don't feel like that, and that's what we're going to try and work on, because I do think you actually have the skill, and I could see that if you play a little bit smarter in-game, I could definitely see you just progressing real quick, right? So let's go through again. So right now it's 2 down. So again, just like we mentioned about the pressure right here, it's 2 down. We should just get a little bit more aggressive here, a bit quicker. So now just think, okay, that's 3 down, that's 4 down. Okay, cool. So now the rest are spawning up. Now that is something where you were in a good position, but you didn't optimize a spot there. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to optimize that spot, but you were in a good position, which is fine.
Holy. So just there, just don't hop on the point without map control, or what's?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. Again, I'm gonna let you play this round out. Then next round, I'm gonna try and guide you a little bit more, just because I feel like it's just good to see one offense, one defense.
We're running low on lives.
Right now, what are we thinking? Halfway through. You have a lot of time there. There is one observation which I'm going to go through in a second with you. Okay, so right there. Okay, cool. I'm happy because I can see some problems that are very easy to address. So I'm actually happy. Which sounds weird. I'm happy you guys are getting kind of slammed there.
Oh my gosh.
Right, that kill right there. Did you have any chance of winning that gunfight?
No.
Okay, and that is the point. I want you to be like that enemy. I want you to be in a gun like that was a gunfight I'm talking about. You know that gunfight's one where you're not winning. I don't think the opponents had many gunfights where they weren't winning against you. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel like there was any guarantee kills there. And even when you were in their base, you kind of stood in front of the door. So it's just about being a little bit more credible, which I don't think you're doing enough. So what we're going to do after is we're going to go in a private game together, and I'm just going to show you what I mean by adding a bit of crediness to your game. Just kind of...
Let me mute these guys real quick.
Yeah, sure, go for it, no problem.
I can't
That's okay.
hear you. They're talking in my ear.
No, you're good, you're good. Go for it, go for it. Let me know when you're ready.
Control.
All good?
All right, go ahead.
So your gun skill is way too good to be getting fried like this in this type of lobby. So that tells me you're just not utilizing the gunfights correctly. Now that's not something I can just change right now in this map. So I'm gonna let you play this map out, and then we're gonna go for a private game, and we're gonna try our best to work on it there, okay? Again, right there, bit of a mixy gunfight. You managed to win that, but you see what I'm saying? There's no clean gunfights. So it's kind of a common theme in your gameplay. Just go through. Let's see what happens there. So they're on the A point. Okay, so two of them pinched it. Another thing, even right there, like, see what I mean by getting lost there? It's just like they can't physically be there because of the way the map was and where they were spawning. So that shows me you're either not looking at the map enough, or there's something missing from your gameplay that you're not doing that we need to find out together what it is.
Okay.
But again, it's fine. I can see the problems, and we're going to go through it together. This map is just right now. We're just trying to be honest, just get this map done so that we can, you know, go through the stuff. Okay. See what I'm saying? You have the gun skill, right? When you get in this position, you have the gun skill. Let's see how you approach this. Okay, that's the first time. That is the first time. That is the first time you killed someone without them looking fully. That right there, that first kill. And that is what I want to see more of, okay? Then right there is about how we can get the second. But for now, we're not even getting the first enough. That was good. That was good from you. The second, we're going to learn how to get that. But that was the first time you actually had a good, cruddy first kill. The second thing that you haven't done at all, right there, you see? You shot and then you went out in the open. So what you're doing is you're kind of like, you're just overcommitting in really silly angles and really silly spots, right? Like right there, you were in a great spot, you're holding middle, you see one and then boom, you're just going for him through middle map, and it just doesn't make any sense. Look at the open gunfights, you're winning a lot of them. There's a guy in the point here. There you go.
We're defending Bravo.
Okay, again, right now. You're on the point, your teammate's on the point, and there's not one time when you've left this area. You keep on staying in this little box. It's like you're not allowed to leave forward. It's like I've given you the rule, you can't go forward. There hasn't been one time you pushed the right street, that right street, and just played an off angle. So right there, think about how long you took to get there. That same route was fine, but look, he catches you in the sprint. So again, it's just the timing thing with you.
Hostile reinforcements are low. Time short. Put your head down and secure the target. We don't have the reserves.
How many times have you been underground this map?
Like once.
0. I'd maybe once. Things like that, like go underground. There you go.
This map.
This map.
This map once.
Yeah, that's too little, especially when you're trying to pinch and you know. Again, right there, just chill, bro. Just you see what I'm saying? Like you're just overcommitting and like running for them and getting like, it's very, very I would say like it just, when I'm watching this gameplay, if I wasn't talking to you and I was doing a VOD review, I would say like this player, if I had to describe this player, I would say this player is very, very is lacking a lot of discipline. Yeah, lacking a lot of discipline and not really confident in his routes, and he's kind of just trying to find chaos. That's what it looks like to me. Same thing, same thing. Right there again, like just trying to find chaos. Like look at the kill cam, look at the kill cam. Will you ever win in that? Not really. and you're just always in those situations. You're not stretching the map enough. You're not taking routes as a sub. You're not going underground to pinch them. You're not playing off angles. You know, these are all very basic things that you can do. Now, the thing is, when I speak to other platinum, sometimes they just lack the gun skill. But the thing is, you actually have the gun skill, right? So you're fairly good with your recoil control and your actual movement. I can see you're trying to camera opponents. But what you're doing is you're just making the gunfight super complicated. You know what I mean? Like you're making the game 10 times harder than it needs to be, and that's what we have to address. That's kind of how I would put it. You're just making the game a lot more complicated than it needs to be. That's probably the best way I could say. When I say that, what's your thoughts on that?
I would definitely agree. I watched some of your videos, and I know I'm supposed to, get in their spawn and play cruddy angles and all that. And like there are games when I do that, but like this one, sometimes I struggle with that. Like sometimes I'm good with that, and that's when I'll do the best. Is
right, yeah. Sorry to stop you. Right there. The thing is, this is a really important phrase. You said sometimes I'm doing that, but right now I'm not. I think the problem is, and this is where I want to kind of correct you on that. You're doing the same thing you're normally doing. You're doing the same routes, but the opponents are just in positions to stop you. So what you're doing is it's like you're knocking on the door 10 times, and you're like, sometimes they're answering. I'm like, yeah, but you're knocking on a door when no one's there. Like you're doing the wrong play, and sometimes it's okay. You know the phrase like a broken clock is right twice a day?
Yeah.
That is what it's like right now. Like your routes, the way you're playing is just wrong, but sometimes they're right. Twice a day they're right. So that's why I want you to think about, like, hang on, I'm actually not playing the correct way. Yes, it's working sometimes, but it's not working often. We're trying to make it work often. We're trying to have a reliable, consistent formula. Thank you. This is the first time you've gone underground. Now go up their zip line, okay? So again, right there, it should have been up their zip line, really just stretching the map, getting into their spawn. But what do? You go to the B point with no map control. And again, now look, you guys are by yourself. And it just, for me personally, like this right here is fine, but I would have preferred you coming here earlier, getting up top here and just holding this area on the map.
Okay.
Be triggered to spin. Now chill. I want you to think. Sit in the corner and think for a second. Where could they be? Just look at the map. Just go prone and just chill. Just go prone and chill. Where do you think they are? Look at that. There's two at the front window. There you go. We can look through the front window now. Okay, now we go to their window. Go to their window now. Your teammate's got the kills. Nice. Go to their window now. Think about the 3 people that are going to spawn up here. Yeah, just chill here, chill here. There you go. Their window. What do you think? When I said their window, what do you think that means? Just from that comm.
I wasn't sure which way. I don't know which window that is.
So I meant the window there facing their spawn. That's okay. Okay, so just chill. It's fine. Okay, now that's 2 down. Your teammates are pushed up, so they're gonna spawn lighthouse. So right now, when you go up to these stairs, they're gonna spawn back lighthouse.
Okay.
So your teammates are there now? Okay, now look at the map. There's one. Now look at the map. They're going to come behind you. So think about your equipment. That's another thing. I've barely seen you use any equipment. Yeah, you tweak way too much in-game. So we have to just go through and understand why. Which is fine, by the way. It's not a big deal, but, we can work on that. Okay, so right now, that's 2 down. Let's get... Be quick here, hold the outskirts. I don't want you to do anything, just hold the outskirts, just hold the outskirts left, outer left, just hold the outer left, okay? The outer left, there you go. See, you backed off there. And again, that's what I mean by tunnel vision and tweaking. The angle you gave, you let him kill you through middle. Like, when I asked you to hold outer skirts there, all you have to do is stare glitch that or just shoulder that area and just don't give them much information. Right there, you see him. Instead of taking the fight, you just go to the head glitch. So what you're doing is you are just not disciplined in game. That's all it is. You're not disciplined in game to make the smarter decisions. You're not controlling the gunfight. You are just tweaking when you see someone, and it's kind of like a panicky thing. Okay, now that's fine. It's kind of like I said, that's why a lot of the times you're just having a lot of inconsistency, because you're having a lot of, basically this is what you're doing. You're flipping a coin every single life, and it's either heads or tails. That's kind of what it looks like. So you're gonna have randomness. You see what I'm saying? Well, what I want you to do is I want you to roll a dice, but I want you to have 5 out of the 6 outcomes go your way. That's what I want. Does that make sense? So I want you to roll a dice, and the only time you lose is if you roll a 1. So that means if you get a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, you win the gunfight. That's how I want you to play. But right now, what you're doing is you're rolling a dice, and if you don't get the number 6, you die. So it's like sometimes I get the number 6, and then you're like, oh, why am I getting the number 6 sometimes? Maybe I am doing it right. But it's like, no, it's just, you know, it's just luck because you're taking the wrong routes and you're getting lucky 1 out of 6 times. Okay. Overall, like I said, let's start with the positives, okay? You actually have good raw mechanics. You actually have decent mechanics. Your shot actually seems okay. Like, it actually seems like there's some good positive things in your gameplay. So I don't look at this and say, oh, I've got my work cut out here. I actually look at this and say, what we're going to do is like, we're going to iron out your gameplay. We're just going to clean it out a little bit. And I think we can get you overnight, if you change a few things, to diamond level. That's what I generally believe. First of all, can I just check your settings for me, please? Could you just show me some of your settings?
Yep, sure.
So I'm going to have like a second or two delay. So just kind of scroll through them for me. Cool, that's fine. Go to your aiming for me, please.
Specifically, or?
Yeah, you can just, this is okay. You can go to the aiming one for me and go to your advanced. I just want to make sure you're on dynamic.
Aiming, advanced. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. That's all good. Can I check your movement for me, please? Okay, yeah, so your settings seem good, which is really, really good. I just wanted to double check. All right, that's fine. That's perfect. You can back away. I actually have a private game set up. So if you want to join that, I'll give you the code now.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the code.
All right, go ahead.
All right, cool. ZW6.
ZW6.
X6.
X6. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And if you could just put a tactical insertion on both your classes, please, your aims and your sub, okay? So how often do you shoot bots?
Right now, every day. Like as a warm up, I'll do at least 20 minutes of bots before I hop in.
That's really good. That's really good. So I can see that, to be fair, like your shot is fine, right, for the level. Yeah, put a tactical insert, please, for both classes.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep, good to go.
All right, cool. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you what I mean by crazy spot. So the first thing, all right, the first big thing I want to talk about is stretching the map, either left and right, so like making the map wider, or in Protocol's case, going underground. So that's something I think you could have done a lot more of, is going underground and getting to their building, right? Whether that's offense or defense, just getting to their base. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay.
So if you could meet me on my side. Yeah, go for it.
Question on that.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Go for it. Meet me on my side and then carry on. You can go with the question.
Okay.
You can ask your question.
In control, should I push up to their base like as a default, or should I wait until we have 2 or 3 down and then I push up to kind of get like a spawn trap going?
So it's about optimizing your life every time, right? And seeing what's valuable. So I can't answer that because I don't know what your teammates are doing. So for example, if you had 4 people like yourself, if you had 3 teammates that were in their base, then if I told you to push out, it would be the wrong advice. So there is no one way of playing control, but generally as a team, and generally what you do want to do is, let's start with offense. Okay, so we're on offense, right? I want you to draw me a line, an imaginary line going from like left to right. So for example here, let's say this was your line. If you come here, let's just say this was your line, right? I want you to show me a line like this, where you go across the map, and that's the line where you don't want your opponents to go past in an ideal world. Show me your line.
Where I don't want the opponents to go past?
Yes. So show me a line from left to right, like from there to the other side, where you want your opponents in an ideal world to not push through.
I mean, it would make sense for me for that line to be like the front of Granny's right here.
Yeah, I'm watching you, so show me the exact line. Yeah, show me the line. Show me the line. Show me the exact line. Okay, so from here, like a line straight, right? So from here, go all the way forward, all the way forward, all the way forward, all the way forward. So this is your imaginary line, okay? So if that's your imaginary line, I'm happy with that. So what you asked me was, you know, when do I push out? When do I do? What you want to do now is use this imaginary line as a template. So right now, if I'm sitting here and we just got 4 down, am I allowing them to get past the line right now? Am I allowing them to get past the line and get to this cannon?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm probably not pushed up enough, right?
Okay.
Now, if I sit here, for example, obviously you're not gonna be able to watch all angles, but from my angle, from this bottom grannies, am I allowing them to get past the front door? No, I'm not. So I am doing fine. I'm doing good.
Okay.
So that's kind of a general rule of thumb. Is have, again, this is how I like to think of it. Is have like an imaginary line so you know where you don't want them to be. So right now, if I hold the right like this, I'm actually holding it pushed up enough where they're not past the line. Does that make sense to your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing around here. Same thing around here. If I go through and we get a fall down or whatever we may get, and I sit here and I'm fighting them here, they're not getting past this line. So every single spot I'm sitting in, I'm not letting them get past the line. Right here, if I sit like this. So what we just did is we are leaving them on this side of the map. So for your line, you're very happy with this. So we're actually doing what we said. We're not letting them get past the line. So that's it. That's all you have to do. Now what you have to do is find the balance. So you have to find the balance between you and your teammates where you guys are all covering different areas. There's no point you being sat here if all 4 of them are in your base spawn trapping. But this is important to answer your question. When your team are getting pinched, for example, let's say your team getting spawn trapped and you come here. One thing you were doing, and this is what I kept on seeing from you. Can you just be behind me like a shadow, like as if you're with me? This is what you were doing constantly, okay? You would go through, you would go up top middle for a second. And the thing is, when you look at the map here, like if you were studying the map right now, you would know that there's a bit of uncertainty. We don't really know where everyone is because everyone's kind of spread out. Everyone's a bit chaotic. There was no real map control from anyone right now. So you should go up and right now, your goal is to keep them on that side of the line, remember? But right now, I want you to imagine imagine you're looking for Cops and Robbers, the game or whatever, and you're looking for the robbers, right? And you're trying to find where they are right now. And you're trying to get them to stay on that side of the line. So right now, what you need to do before you get crazy is kind of get rid of them in your base. Like there's people hiding in your base. Imagine you're playing Cops and Robbers and I'm hiding here. There's no point spawn trapping if I'm in your base, right? You want to kind of clear your areas first. Now, there are some times where your teammates are taking care of your spawn and they let you push up. So again, it's all about the mini-map, all about what your teammates are doing. But the point was, I never saw you on defense just controlling this area and just chilling here as map control. Just chilling here and taking up space in here. And that's something I want you to do is more. Just take up space in a good position because you're good enough to make it count. But what you do, let me show you an example right here. When that guy came through the door and you got the first kill, that was great. And then you backed away like this. But the problem was where you set up, you were mostly good for 1 kill. That made sense why you were good for 1 kill. What I mean by that is you stood here. If you got shot, the second player was always going to come in and kind of trade you. Right?
Yeah.
So I think a better spot, for example, would be just playing like this. Because here you're keeping them away. Then you get a kill, then you go to the zip line like this. And then you go to the zip line and you watch this zip like this, and now you have this whole street to watch. Okay? Then if you want to reposition, you get a kill, you reposition. Now you go here, for example, and you play, you chill. But this is something called trigger discipline again in this scenario. So I want to give you this element of what I want you to work on about trigger discipline, right? Could you just
a quick
go for it?
So this would be considered. You were talking about cruddy spots, and I was trying to play a cruddy spot here. So it was just like game awareness, realizing
it's
that this
not
is a
bad
better
spot.
to play.
This isn't a better spot. Oh, sorry, my bad. This isn't a better spot in terms of pushing up because this is further pushed up. But it depends what your goal is, and it depends what's happening. Like right now, I would say this is a good spot as a bit of a safer spot, and you're taking up like a good amount of space, and you can also watch this whole right street. So I personally like this spot because you're safer as well. Like, for example, could you stand here and just try and kill me? You could use equipment what you want. Try and kill me, right? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. How long did I distract you for?
A long time. 15 seconds.
That is so annoying for you to deal with. And the thing is, your teammate might come back here. Your teammate might try. They might try and pinch me through the zip. So all I'm doing is when I'm not looking at you, have you come back towards me? When I'm not looking at you, all I'm doing is going to the zip line. All I'm doing is going to the zip line. So do you see how annoying I'm being? And like, I'm not actually overcommitting. All I'm doing is throwing a shoulder. Then if you run at me, if I see you push me, then I run at you, then I slide cancel. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be annoying. I'd be cruddy. So this is what I mean by being annoying. Like, I'm not overcommitting. But remember what I said to you about your fights. Most of your fights were kind of just straight gunfights. Nothing felt like this. Like this actually felt like a long gunfight. And I didn't feel like any of your gunfights felt like that. Is that, do you kind of agree with that or no?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And that's a problem because what you're doing is you're just having fights where, put attack and sit down for me. Just so you, every time you spawn up, just put attack and sit down. Yeah, just so you have it ready, okay? Yeah, so this is that all your fights were like this, right? It'll be like, and now the teammates moved away. So you're never delaying the enemies enough for your team to get control. And that's what it kept on feeling like constantly. Like you were dead and then you would move on. So if you come back here, for example, this is a good spot. But in the, come back down here. Down here. This is a good spot. I don't want to say like it's not a good spot. It's a good spot. But when you get one and then die, the second is now pushed up again. So he's like, he's already here. But the only thing I was trying to say is like sometimes like if you know there's two of them, for example, I don't mind this again as an off angle. Like get a spot and then reposition and get a second. That's fine. In that scenario, I didn't mind it. I actually complimented your players. There was a good play. You got one, right? So it's not bad. But I'm just saying as an extra option, I like you also sitting here and this is a harder gunfight for them. Now this is important. This is a safer spot once they've spawned up. If I know they've spawned up right now, I'd sit here. So this is the safest spot. So I'd sit here. Okay, but if I want to push up, my point was I would push up and I wouldn't sit here because this is in the same proximity. So I want you to imagine this is layer 2. In layer 2, I'd rather you play safe here than out in the open in layer 2, right? But let's say...
What do you mean by layer 2?
Perfect. So remember we had this imaginary line, right? Yeah, we're going to call this layer. We're going to now call layers, okay? So we're going to say this line, anything on this side of the line, we're going to say is layer 1, okay?
Okay.
Now this is layer 2, we're going to say from this line to, let's just say this line. So anything in this middle map is layer 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's say that. So now let's change this to layer 3 actually instead of 2. So my point is in layer 3, it's this whole building from the back to the front. Let's just say this is layer 3. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get from layer 1 all the way to layer 3. Right now we're in layer 3. The last layer in the map is layer 4, which is here. This is layer 4, which is anything from here. You come out here for a second. Anything from here to the edge. That's layer 4, okay?
Okay.
So we're on defense now. We're on defense. What we're trying to do is keep them constantly in layer 4. So my point is if you're going to be in layer 3, let's say we get up to layer 3 and now they spawn up. They're in layer 4, right? For this next wave of kills, I would rather play here than same layer, but here. Just because I have more cover. Does that make sense? Because this isn't our final spot. This isn't our final spot. This is like we're in layer 3 just for a little bit until we get map control.
So we're in layer 3 until we get map control, and then
like we're in layer 3 just until like they make a play, we get a wave of kills, then we want to get to layer 4. We want to spawn trap them in layer 4. That's the end goal. So we pushed up the map, right? So right now we know they've spawned up. So my point is instead of like right now we know they've spawned up and they're going to push us. Instead of sitting in this corner, because in this corner what happens is you're good for one, but you're more than likely going to get traded. So now I've lost all my pressure in layer 3. So what happens? They end up pushing through, and now they're in layer 2. You see, like now they're in layer 2. I'm the enemy now. I don't want them. I want them to stay as far back as possible. So it's kind of like for now we're in a good spot. Right now we have a lot of the map. Just maintain this for a second because this is safer. So now we get the kill. Let's say we get a 2-piece now, and our teammates get 2. Now we get the kills. Now we push up, and we now get to layer 4. You see? So now we sit here, and this is layer 4 where we just play creddy. We play creddy here. We go through, we play creddy like this. We be annoying. Now we're in layer 4. This is annoying. This is annoying. Now, in terms of what you were doing, constantly, if you actually think about the layers, right? You were, even on defense, where I want you to be is layer 3 going into layer 4, right? Where were you? You were between layer 1, barely going into layer 2 every single time. You were sitting here. Do you see the difference? You were sitting here. Let me show you the problem with this. I'm now on offense. I'm on offense. Sit on the point for me. You can head glitch, that's fine. Okay. Right now, I'm in layer 4 off the spawn. I'm in layer 4. Now I'm in layer 3. Now I'm in layer 2. Have you done anything to stop me from progressing across the map?
No.
Okay, so now you find me. Ready to try and kill me, okay? Okay, where did we have the gunfight? In what layer? Basically layer 1.
Layer 2.
Like the edge of layer 1 to 2, right? Like literally just between 1 and 2, yeah? Like very, very fine line. The point is you want to have more gunfights in layer 3 and 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You don't want to have fights here. Like in an ideal world, you like, do you think this is like, you're on defense? This is not a good fight in terms of, if you win it, what happens? Yes, you get mid-map, you push through, I spawn up and I have another fight. But the point is, yes, you win it, it's kind of like, oof, we got away with that. But if I win it, I kill you, where do you spawn?
Back tower or back grandma's.
Now let's flip it. Let's flip it. You spawn, let's just say you spawn here. Let's stand here for me. Let's stand still, okay? Now flip it. What was the first? We're going to put attack into here. This is my spawn, okay? Come with me now. Come with me. When I asked you the first question I asked you on offense, the first question I asked you on offense was, there's an imaginary line where the defense could be, and you don't want them to push. Where did you say? You said this. So as an offensive player, I've done my job by spawning you there. As a defensive player, you have failed because you are behind the enemy line where they wanted you to be trapped. You're behind the line. Does that make sense in terms of flipping the script now? So as an offensive player, when the defensive player is here, this isn't good. That's why, you know, if you spawn here and your team have map control and you do this, you're going through. Look, we're chilling. We actually got layer 1. Now we're already here. Now we're in layer 2. Now we go through. Now we're here and we're fighting here. When you're fighting here, this benefits the defensive team. Where are we fighting right now? In layer 3. And this is what you want. So you basically want to fight in their layers. That's how I want you to think of the game. You want to fight in their layers. Now, sometimes the game gets mixy. And what happens is the opponents are all in your layer. So right now, me and you are on offense. Come on. And our team just gets 3-pieced. And we know they're all over our layer 3. So what we have to do is, instead of fighting from the back going forward, what we're going to do is we're going to go through. We're going to go for a pinch. We're going to basically skip a layer. So we're skipping layer 2 here. We're skipping the whole of layer 2, going behind them. And now we know where they are. They're in layer 3. So we go behind them now, because they're not going to really watch their flank. So all we're trying to do now is, one, is bring their attention backwards. Why are we doing this? Why are we bringing their attention back here? Because remember what our end goal is. Our end goal is for them to be spawning this side, right? So what we're doing is we're actually trying to bring them backwards. We're trying to bring them away from our layers and closer to this spot here, which is where we want them. So that's why if I stand here on the point now, I want you to stand on this point, and all I want you to do is distract me. Shoot me, distract me. You can kill me if you can, but be annoying and do not die to me, okay?
Okay.
I am your enemy right now. So I am on defense, and I'm spawn trapping your team. Look at me right now. Can you see like I'm spawn trapping your team, right? But now you're capping the point. So now I'm like, oh, hang on, he's capping the point. Try and kill me. Try and distract me. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's stop right there. Look where I am right. Oh, so look where I am right now. I've gone backwards. Isn't this bad for me in terms of what I want? I actually wanted map control, but you have annoyed me so much I've come backwards. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah? So your job there, all it was to bring me from, think about the layers. Come with me now, come with me. I was here. I was spawn trapping your guys. What layer am I in right now? I'm in the most deadly layer. I'm in layer 4, right? And this is like crucial red area. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to spawn trap. I see you. I'm like, I'll be back. I'm going to go through, and now I'm in layer 3. And now I'm in layer 2. I have actually gone backwards because of how annoying you are. You see? And that is what I want you to do. So when I tell you to stretch the map, what you're doing is this. Talk to me through this. You're going to go underground and tell me your thought process like we just did to see if you get it. So show me your thought process right now. Imagine you're explaining it to me like I just showed you the whole layer concept from here. So right now, you are on offense.
This is from
go for it.
Like we have 3 down.
Yes, your teammates have just got 3-pieced. For example, it could be different scenarios, but right now your teammate's got 3-piece, so you're trying to just basically put less pressure on your team spawn trap.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down here in the underground area.
Why? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Talk to me as we do it. What are we doing?
We're getting behind the enemies,
Okay.
and then we're slipping past them.
Good.
In order to then get on the point here to make them come back to middle, so they can't be pushed up in our spawn.
That is spot on. Now I'm gonna make it a little bit harder for you, just because I know you can do it. I want you to do the same thing, exactly what you just did, but I want you to use the layers to give me a little bit more of an insight, just to know you really have it. I know you get it, but the reason why you're not going to forget it like this, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, so where are your team spawning?
Our team is spawning in the back of this.
And what layer is that?
This area. Layer 4.
Okay.
So we're spawning layer 4.
Perfect. Yeah. Talk to me in layers. Talk to me in layers.
Okay. Our team's spawning in layer 4.
Perfect.
And the enemies are about to push up into layer 4.
Perfect. Perfect. So that your enemies are in layer 3. Just so we know, your enemies are in layer 3, but they're getting closer to layer 4. So we want to get them far away from that. We want them to hopefully get to layer 1, right? We want them to be completely on the other side of the layers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Go for it. So right now you just told me the enemies are in layer 3. So what we're doing? We're skipping layer 2.
So we're going through layer 2.
Perfect.
To the edge of layer 1 here.
Perfect. I love it. This is much better from you.
And
great. Let's stop right now.
We're right at the edge.
Perfect. So right now we're in the base. We're between layer 1 and 2. Our teammates are in layer 4, and our opponents are kind of trapping them. So now, what do you want? What is your best right now? You get on the point. What is your best hope here? What are you hoping to happen? Best case scenario for you.
I'm hoping to force them to come back to layer 2.
There you go. You get it. That's it.
Well, I mean, best case scenario, kill them and send them back to layer 1.
Yes, there you go. But what we're trying to do is just distract them enough where our teammates can push up because the enemies are going backwards, and that is when you pinch. Oh, I fell off the map there. Okay. Does that make a bit more sense to you? Do you feel a bit more confident with that concept?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now, this is what you would do. So yeah, I'm very happy with your understanding there. It seems great. This is what you were doing as well now. You were getting to really, so now we're on offense, okay? Your team's on the point, great. We're trying to keep them at layer 1. So you're going through and you're sitting here, right? But this is where you're getting in good spots. So I was like, when I say good spots, right? In my head, this is the first time I've done the layer concept out loud, but this is just in my head how it works. So I'm like, let me keep them trapped, right? I don't actually have a layer, but it's a good way of understanding it. But right now, like, I know the opponents are in layer 1, so this door's open. I know they're in layer 1, and I just need to keep them there. So you're doing the hard job. The hard job is to get them in layer 1 and push up. So you're getting here, and then you're just trolling easy gunfights. And the thing is, you're giving them free gunfights. You're kind of like standing there and like looking at them like this. And then it's just like an easy gunfight. Like right there, like, this is what I mean by stretch the map, okay? I want you to come in through this door and try and kill me. You don't know where I am. I'm going to be somewhere in this area. Try and kill me. You come in. You're going to spawn here. You're going to spawn here.
Oh, I'm here?
Yeah, you're going to push in. You're going to push in. Try and kill me, okay?
Okay.
But you give me 3 seconds. So I've just killed your teammate. I'll come from the back of the stairs. Okay, ready? You can come in now. 3, 2, 1, now. So I tricked you in terms of, I lied to you and told you I was going to be at the point. But just to show you how unexpected that is in a fight. Because even though I obviously lied to you, in a real game, that is what people do. They go forward there. How off guard was that?
I had no idea. Very off guard.
And even though I told you I was going to be the point, so I did cheat on purpose, right? The point was that, though. How surprised you were there is how they're going to be. Because they're going to go forward. Now, same thing. Exact same gunfight. Try and kill me. I promise I'm going to be in this house this time. And I'm going to show you the difference, okay? Try and kill me. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. First of all, that was poor from you. But that should have been 10 times better from me. That was really poor from you in terms of what you were doing there. We're going to go through that in a second, why that was poor. But wasn't that's supposed to be easier for you, but you didn't shoot me at all, which is why it's poor. We're going to go through that together. But right there, did that make more sense why it was a bad play from me, even though it didn't show because you didn't shoot me? But how much easier was that for you when you just saw me standing here?
A lot easier.
Yeah. So I know you didn't shoot me there, which we're going to go through, but right there was a lot easier. So that's the point. What you were doing is you were kind of standing in front of the door and giving them a fight, right? And I was like, why are you giving them 50-50s? So that was the big issue I had, is you were giving them just 50-50s for free, okay? Now let's talk about what you did there. Stand in that door for me. Now stand right there where I was just at. Perfect. First things first, right? When you're going through like this, I let you see you right now. That's all I thought you were going to do. like that. So you just overcomplicate that so much, right? So I actually went up top there. You actually saw me. Just watch the kill cam. That's all you had to do. Was go through his elbow. He's right there. Beam him.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
So sorry, put attack into here just so you have it. Just so we have it. So yeah, so right there, like I don't mind what you're doing, going left and right. This is what you did, okay? You stood here, then you slid right, then you slid left. That's cool, I get it. But then you slid forward like that. That last slide forward does nothing. Like all you're doing now is just going into the open, right? So you want to do this. If you want to slide sideways, back away for a second, like stand there again. If you want to slide side, I don't mind it, but like you shoot, you miss. Okay, now you back away. Maybe like maybe you go, hey, maybe stag glitch it like that. Like that's a lot harder, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did that look on your screen?
I can barely see the top of your head.
Yeah, and that's the point of using the map a bit more. So right there, if I know you're there, for example, then I go to the stag glitch. I'd use the map a bit more. What you did is you kind of just slid right, slid left, and then you did this. Try and kill me. Try and kill me. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Like, you see what I mean? Like, you just walked in there. Like, you just walked through the front like that. So right there, again, just like being smarter in those scenarios, okay? So just be a little bit more cautious there the way you're approaching those gunfights. But that's something that will take a bit more practice. But again, just about being a bit more finessable in those scenarios. But yeah, right now, what I wanted you to do is just play smarter angles, okay? So when you're here, you know they're coming through. And this is why timing's important. Stand with me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to bring up too is that...
Yeah, talk to me.
The timing I struggle with a lot too, because I wasn't trying to just stand out here in the open. I was trying to push up in their spawn when
you didn't know when, but you didn't know when to push.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't
great.
look at the kill feed and realize, okay, they're going to be spawning now, and this is when they're going to be pushing through.
That is perfect that you just went through, and I'm going to tell you the only way to do it, okay? You have to start looking at the kill feed. You just have to. But I'm going to tell you what to do, what to read with the kill feed, but you have to start by looking at the kill feed. Because if you don't, you are going to get caught off guard, just like you said. Let me show you why. Put attack into down, so we both have one down. All I want you to do is come from layer 2, right? Come from the back of layer 2, so here. And imagine you're trying to spawn trap me. I'm in layer 1. Go, try and spawn trap me now. So how did you know I was there?
I saw you run in the building.
How did you know I was in the left corner? Did you see me go there?
No.
Okay, so right there, the question was, like, the point was to spawn trap me in layer 1. So right there, if you use the kill feed in-game, you would know if I'm in here or not, because you would see 4 down. If you see 4 down, you wouldn't have to check those corners. Does that make sense? Like, right there, you checking those corners, being paranoid, was actually not what I wanted you to do. I actually wanted you to run through and spawn trap me in layer 1, and I was going to show you why I was there. But the fact that you check those corners, show me how you normally play. And that's what I mean by you wasted time there. I know it sounds weird, but right there, like, I was trying to trick you again. But you not falling for the trick is actually the part of the problem. Like, you checking every corner there. Remember what I said? I'm trapping you in layer 1. Like, I wanted you to spawn trap me there to get closer and spawn trap me.
Okay.
Yeah? But the point is, the fact that you checked every corner, again, in-game, I know you do the same thing. That shows me why you won't look at the kill feed, because you think they could be everywhere. And what happens is, like, look at the difference with this. Look at the difference with this, okay? This is what you were doing. You were kind of going through. You're so paranoid. You're checking every corner, and then you're going across, and now you're finally here. Look how long that took, right? With in comparison, this is what you should do. We get 4 down. Okay, so come next to me. And this is all you're going to do. It takes him 3 seconds to spawn up. So let's say we get 4 down right. I'm going to say, look on the timer where it says 4 minutes, okay? When it says 4 minutes, we go. We get 4 down, okay? So right now, my teammate gets a 4-piece. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now they've spawned. So I know I go through, and I'm stand here. Now, stand here for me. No, let's just wait. I know they've just spawned up, okay? So I know they should be on my left. So I'm going to wait for a second, and then I'm going to kind of go just behind. By now, they should be gone. Obviously, I'll be a bit quicker, right? I'm just showing you my thought process. Then I kind of go through. They should be on my left there, so I go through. Look to my right, see if anyone's late. No one's there. Now I go behind them. And guess what? There's 2 right there. I get a kill because we're behind them. So you just use the kill feed and manipulate the map. Let's say we're standing right here. When it turns to 3 minutes 20, we get 4 down, okay? Now, so 1, 2, 3. So now I stand here. They've just spawned up. So I go through and I go prone like this. Now stand there. Just kill me when you see me, okay?
Okay.
So you messed up. You see?
Yeah,
you see that?
Bad shots.
Yeah? No, this is important. It wasn't bad shots. It was a bad gunfight. Very different. Different words there. Different language means different things. Right there wasn't bad shots. That was a bad gunfight. Let me show you why. Come back here. Put attack and sit down.
Sorry, I forgot to let. thought I
It's
had
good.
attack and
No,
sit
no,
down.
you're good. You're good. Okay. Put attack and sit down again.
Where you at? Right here.
Same gunfight. Try again. Try and kill me again. Same way you just did, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay. 2 times in a row, you failed that bit. The gunfight you're taking is a problem, and I wanted you to do it on purpose to show you why it's a problem, okay? Now, what you're doing is this. You're trying to kill me in a window where I'm moving like this. It's actually really difficult for you to kill me like that because you have to react to seeing me sliding. The chance of you getting 4 shots there, you kind of have to be perfect. So that's why in game, I actually don't want you to shoot there. What I want you to do is let one get past. As soon as he gets to this spot here, right? This is what we do. So imagine, stand next to me. One person goes past. We let him go past, okay? Then we get up. Now, we're going to try chasing him. But before we do that, we think his teammate's going to be on the right because they spawn there. We check the right. If no one's here, then we go behind him. And now it's an easy kill. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was actually the time you took the gunfight that was difficult. Because this bit here is a really good spot. But the problem... Now, I think look, try it. Run past me and try and kill me. Don't try and kill me. Just run past like I did. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. See? I couldn't even hit you once. And I don't think, oh, that's a terrible shot from me. The problem is when someone slides past like that, it's actually really difficult to catch them. The problem there is your trigger discipline. So that's why I want you, when you say the problem and you say it's the wrong one, I actually want to catch you out on that to show you that that's not the right problem you're talking about. You have to have lightning-like reflexes to catch someone in the sprint and get the kill like that. It's basically impossible. So you don't want to shoot there. You want to let them go past, then you go up top here. And now, they're in here. You go behind them, right? You go behind them. Imagine someone's here. Someone's upstairs. And this is just another way of playing. You have a Semtex right now. You stick that guy in the bottom. Go up top. You get a 2-piece. Now, as soon as you get that 2-piece, go prone. Just go prone. Just go prone. We wait. Wait. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. We let them spawn up. We wait. We stand up. If they're not here, that means we've pushed up enough where they're going to spawn lighthouse. So we go through and we just push like this. And we chill here because they had to have spawned lighthouse. Then they're either going to come middle. If they don't come middle, that means they're on the B street. You see how we're manipulating the map a bit more? That's what we need to do more of. All your gunfights were way too mixy. They were just standing middle. You were just going middle map. And all you were doing was like going to layer 2 and just getting killed from 50 different angles. But the problem is like someone on their team was layer 1, someone on their team was layer 4. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you were just making the game too mixy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Another thing is like when they're spawn trapping us, I never thought about it to, like, if we're on offense, to get on the point and make them come middle map.
Yeah.
Like if I know they're spawn trapping us, what I used to do is just to try to play for them and like just win gunfights. Basically.
You can, but it's just if you're playing from your spawn, it's kind of like, you know, you're just going in at a disadvantage, you know? So that's kind of back to the point of you're just playing at a disadvantage. And that's something I think you were doing a lot. You were just playing constantly at a disadvantage. So that's kind of the main thing I wanted to focus on. Did you have any questions on any of that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's spend 5 minutes now having some gunfights and cleaning up your mechanics a little bit. Because I think your mechanics are good, but again, about controlling the gunfight, I want to see a bit more. So I'm going to show you now. I'm just going to be controlling the gunfight against you. What we're going to do is we're going to put tack and set down middle map, and we're just going to have some fights. Okay? And every time I manage to get you, all I want you to do is watch the kill cam and tell me the exact process of where you went wrong there.
I'm going to edit my class real quick, actually. I got to put a concussion and a grenade on there.
We're not going to use equipment, so...
no equipment, okay.
Yeah, otherwise. See how cheesy you are? He's trying to use your equipment against me? That's crazy. You're like, yeah, let me just put my equipment on. Okay, so what you're going to do, you can put your...
advantage I can.
Yeah. And yeah, that would. Let's use your gun then. Let's use your gun. So I'm going to put my attack into here. I'm going to put my attack into here every time. You're going to put your attack into here. You're going to put your attack into... just put yours here. Okay. Yeah? And then what we're going to do is every 5-10 deaths, we're going to switch. So we're going to let the person spawn up, and then we're going to be ready for another fight. So we know. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so right there, watch kill cam. Really good shots from you. And this is where the problem is, though. What you just did is you overcommitted to that fight, and I'm going to show you what I mean. That was a great shot from you. But what I want you to do now, the only difference is, come up here. Let me show you the main difference here. So stand where I was for me, actually. Stand where I was. Okay? This is what I wanted you to do. What you should have done when you went up there. Ready? Try and kill me. How much better was that?
1,000,000 times.
Now just watch the kill cam on your screen. I looked insane right there. But my screen, you're going to watch, it didn't look that crazy. I shot you, then I repositioned. That was good shots from me, good centering from me. But you had the same thing. And one thing you were doing constantly was this. You would just challenge a gunfight at the same time. Let me show you the difference, what I did. This is my thought process, okay? Come up here. My goal was to shoot to damage. Okay? Repeat that for me.
Okay. Shoot to damage?
Yes, not to kill. So try that. Shoot to damage me, not to kill me. Okay, now back away. As soon as you shoot, back away. So shoot and back away. Okay, now jump to the left and kill me.
Oh.
That's okay. Do it again. Shoot to damage, then kill. No. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a shoot to kill. I want to see a shoot to damage, then a kill. That was wrong. You just completely jumped off and killed me. That's not the point. Remember, we're trying to make me weak first, then we go for the kill. So you're going to shoot to damage, get into cover, then jump to kill. I'll make it easy. I'll stand up here. But I don't want to see you. It has to be a quick motion where you just peek your head for 1 second. Shoot to damage. Good. Now jump away. Okay. But smoother.
I'm struggling with the mechanic of like crouching and then standing back up and jumping off and shooting.
So when you're shooting your bots now, you have something to work on. Yeah?
Yeah, right.
Yeah? These different combos. The way up, let me put it this way. What you're doing is you are a fighter, a boxer, that is going for a knockout punch every gunfight. Every single time you see someone, you're going for a knockout. What I'm trying to show you is like jab, 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 and then hook. That's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you to have a bit more of a combo. I'm saying shoot, finesse, then go for the kill. What you're doing is just straight away, you're literally, no matter where you are, you're like, right now, if I see you right here, my first thought isn't to rip you off. My first thought is, oh, I'm out of there. I'm out. Back away, bad gunfight. But your first thought when I'm watching you is, oh, he's there? Does that make sense? Your first thought is to just have a fight.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course you're going to lose that one against a better player. And then you lose and you say, oh, poor shots, man. That's not the point. That isn't poor shots if I miss that. That is a silly gunfight to take. Okay?
Yep.
So this is what you're going to do.
That makes sense.
The first thing you're going to do is your standing position is not correct. You're standing here and crouching to try and finesse me. That's not what I did. I stood here so that I didn't need to crouch. I was moving back and forward. So instead of crouching here, I had space. I was moving back and forward. So what I did is I moved forward, backed away. Now I'm already standing. Then I jumped to the left. So I don't actually crouch there. You don't need to. When you crouch there, you lose mobility in that scenario. So just move back and forward. Go for a shot, back away. You want to back away before I even hit you and then jump to the left and just kill me.
Okay.
Go for it.
Chip.
Better, but has to be a bit faster, a bit smoother. I'm watching that. It doesn't look elegant. It doesn't look smooth at all. It looks a little bit stiff, okay? And that's fine. That's what we're going to work on the training ground. But again, back here, for example, play this head glitch for me. Just stand here, play this head glitch. This is what you...
Sorry, which head glitch?
Anyway, just go any head glitch for me.
Okay.
Okay, so right now, for example, if I was fighting like this, okay? So this is where I'll do this, okay? You can stand still, just stand still. I would be like, okay, cool. Then I'll go back into a different area, then I'll slide around. Then I'd maybe like go left there. Then now that I'm here, I'm like I would just use different combos depending on the scenario. But what I would do is this, I would shoot you, then I'd back away, then I'd jump off like that. What you were doing is the way you would commit from, you would stick to that. And you would commit to the left and you would stick to it. But the problem is the opponent is going to look where you just shot them from. So you know that first kill I got on you, which we made the draw from? Hopefully it shows it right here. Yeah, this was perfect. Look what I did. I shot you, then I went to the left. And right there, you were looking at my shadow. You were still centered up top. Because why would you predict me to go to the left there? It doesn't really make sense. Because if I stood where I came from, you look pretty silly there because you're like, why did you imagine I was coming from the left? That didn't happen. And that's why you catch them off guard. So that's how you catch them off guard. Okay? So
Okay.
Talk to me about that.
That makes sense for sure. I've noticed that before. I just haven't. It's kind of a bad habit that I have, I guess, is that
That's the third thing I said to you, right? Remember I said to you about being disciplined and you don't have that discipline. That is what I meant.
Yeah.
So when people use the word ego child, what does ego child mean to you? When you say the word ego child, what does it mean?
Basically taking a gunfight that you shouldn't win, but just thinking I'm better than the other person and I'm gonna win it just because I'm gonna rip them off the heady.
So for me, it is a guaranteed way. Okay, put it this way. Let me reframe it. If I could have an opponent and I could give them if I could give an opponent a trait to have, I would want them to ego chow me. If I could have an opponent and I could give them a trait to have, I would want them to ego chow me. Because what that means is they are going to take gunfights that are less favorable to them with a hope of winning it, even though it's a low percentage. Remember what I said about rolling a dice?
Yeah.
When you ego chow, you are basically saying, I'm going to get a 6 on this dice or I'm going to die. So they're rolling a dice and they get a 2, they die. They get a 3, they die. They get a 4, they die. They get a 5, they die. They get a 6. Oh, I'm the best. You see that kill? That is a problem with an ego chow. It's not a consistent way of playing. What I like to do is I like to roll a dice and I like to make sure that the dice I am favorable in most scenarios. Right? That head glitch right there, I was winning that gunfight 9 out of 10 times. That little jump I did, I was winning that 9 out of 10 times. Why? Because I backed away and I shot you and then backed away. I just chipped away at you and then I jumped to the side. You don't have to play like that. I think it's much more beneficial. And when I play well, in gunfights is when I do that. When I don't play well is when I realize, hang on, I'm taking so many 50-50s. When I don't play well is when I actually realize, oh my God, I'm actually not doing what I teach. And I catch myself doing that. In game, it's not easy. It's something you have to actively do. And sometimes it kind of just goes out of your head. So it is something like, for example, right now, I'm not playing as much as I want to because I'm doing other stuff, like just generally. So what happens is like when I'm playing, sometimes I'm kind of just playing, right? And I'm not really thinking. And when I'm not thinking, I'm having a lot of 50-50 gunfights. And I'm like, oh, why am like, what? I know I'm better than that. And then I slow down the game and I take gunfights. So right then, that's why I think I'm good in 1v1s, because I actually think about what the best scenario is. Like right then, that 1v1, like I felt good. I felt confident because I knew, boom, make him weak, back away, reposition. And that's what I want you to do. Reposition more in the gunfight. Keep them guessing. You know whack-a-mole in the arcade? Do you remember whack-a-mole?
Yeah.
What was the whole point of that? The whole point of that was you hit the mole and you react to it, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, if there was only one hole and the mole could only come from there, would that game be easier or harder?
It'd be a lot easier.
Okay. So if there was 1,000 holes for the mole to come from, would the game be easier or harder for you?
Yeah, it'd be a lot harder.
Okay.
It'd be impossible.
So you are the mole and your opponent has got the hammer, right? I want you to think about it like that and say, right, I need to create as many options as possible that my opponent doesn't know where to go and he has to guess correctly to kill me. You know, the best thing is, if they're not moving, you just have to guess. You don't even need to guess correctly because there's no options for you to guess from. Like, if my opponent is standing still, all I need to do is come from an angle that he isn't looking at. And that is easy when you give yourself options. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. How do you feel, bro? How do you feel? Talk to me.
I definitely have a lot of things to work on.
That's what we came here for, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's also like that's something I haven't thought a lot about.
What's that?
Is like the fact that I take a lot of gunfights that I'm at a disadvantage.
Sure.
Like that thought hadn't even really crossed my mind, or I didn't realize how much I did that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely good to get that feedback.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. How was that? Was that all right for you?
Yeah, that was good.
Good. All right, let's end that one there. You guys know the drill. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.